What's up, F1 fans, and welcome back to another exciting episode of our driver's career mode. We are heading towards another boring episode. Not the episode, I should say, but a boring circuit. As you can see, we are heading towards the Spanish Grand Prix. If you haven't watched my team career mode, the Spanish Grand Prix, do check it out. Okay, any upgrade we are coming with? I think I'm not, since we didn't get any gap between the Portugal Grand Prix and this one. Okay, in terms of durability, we are second. I think there are no updates regarding aerodynamics, so we're gonna be left there only. We still need to focus. That's a durability. We are second in the chassis department wise, and we are right now. I don't know. I haven't seen that. Maybe second on the grid. I think it is becoming more of kind of a five-way fight between a constructor. As you can see that even Mercedes are there, McLaren, Red Bull, and then us. I guess Ferrari is also there. Okay, let's see how our car going to be performed this weekend. Okay, talking about the early perception about the practice session. The car feels amazing. It's still lacking in the very last sector, but overall I think it is good. But still we are lacking in pace, even from a Red Bull Ferrari.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
Sebastian is really pushing hard. That's a good thing. But I would still say we are very much lacking in the very last sector. But let's see how the qualifying will go. Time will only tell. Okay, all the practice program done. Shall we head towards the qualifying then? There we go. Okay, qualifying one. See, we are already struggling very much on the very last sector. This is my second run of practice one. We are getting purple on the very first sector. Then second was kind of okay. Third sector is the one which I am very concerned about. It's P10. It's still teammate is going very fast. That's a good sign. I think we should really put a lot of efforts into the last sector. This is qualifying number 2 result. As you can see, we both are passed and ready to run in qualifying 3. Now this is going to be the important one. I was worried about qualifying 2, but it becomes too easy now. Okay, so qualifying 3. This is my second run. As you can see, we are having a last of this lap. First sector on the sector 1. We are 5 tenths up. In this lap, can we maintain that 5 tenths or maybe make it bigger? I think we are making it bigger. 6 tenths, now 7 tenths. Come on. Good position is all we need. It is still P6.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Hamilton, Sainz and Max Verstappen. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
See, I told you, there is very much less gap between all the teams running. Most of the teams running, let us even 5 are running for constructor right now. They are very much equal performance wise. Let's see how this weekend goes for us. Of course, this is going to be the 50% race. No, 25. So it's pretty much very less race distance, but it's still going to be an interesting one. I hope not the one as you have seen in my team. Shall we begin? Let's go.
The Spanish Grand Prix has been a permanent fixture on the Formula One calendar for over 30 years now, and for good reason. Do you remember Michael Schumacher's absolute dominance here in that rain-soaked Grand Prix in 1996? That day he took his first ever victory for Ferrari, and we've had many more iconic moments since. The Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya then, a high-speed 2.89-mile circuit which demands an efficient downforce package and bravery on the part of the driver, especially through the blind right of turn 9, which we might just see taken flat this weekend. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and talented Spaniard Carlos Sainz completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Perez, Charles Leclerc, the captain, Bottas, Ricciardo, Vettel and Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Tsunoda, Antonio Giovinazzi and Ocon, Norris, Mick Schumacher, Kimi Raikkonen and George Russell, Mazepin and Nicholas Latifi. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Okay, in terms of trial strategy, I think the soft one is really taking ahead. I hope we don't have to come earlier than our scheduled time. We have to manage the tire. We got one Ferrari lined up at front of us, Bottas at the back, so it is going to be pretty much difficult to hold him up and even get in front of Leclerc. We have one of our home hero at the very second position, so he might have a chance to go and win his home race. Let's look out for, because the race is at the very first position. Then we got at third Max Verstappen. That's great. That's a good start.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
I think the one we are fighting here are the McLaren guys. And 5 red lights out, and here we go. A decent start, side by side with the crack. I think Bottas got a good start. No, Vettel got a good start. No, Bottas only got a good start. We are sticking to the inside line. I think there was a touch with Bottas. I have to get my elbows out for that. Okay, Perez loses on this one, and Leclerc goes 4th position. I'm sliding towards the outside. Come on, if I can hold him. Back. At least it's for the double of left. The left tire is really taking ahead. We are not catching the car ahead, but Bottas is catching us. Let's see how he's going to be performing and when the DRS will open. This is a particular part which I am very worried about. No, at a very particular part the AI is pretty much fast. I have done some of the mistakes, it was mine only. Okay, on board with that Bottas now, he is gaining on us, trying to get to the inside line, but I have planted my car in such a way that it is impossible to get past me. And also when you are fighting with another guy that is Gasly, it's going to be a difficult move, and you're going to get some breathing space in the back of him.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
It's lap number 4. We are pretty much managing our tire well now. It's lap number 5. We got a pretty much a decent gap between us and the Gasly over there, at least greater than 1 second. So that's why I am getting a good run, a decent pace, maintaining. And it's lap number 7, and we are seeing a battle for the lead. There you go, and come on, still side by side. It's still Lewis not giving up. No, he will be in the inside line. No, what a grip Carlos was over there. And there you go, leading his home race now, Carlos Sainz. Are you up quick over here, I guess? Maybe they are in an equal performance with Mercedes and Red Bull. Okay, back to the game. I decided to pit earlier than a scheduled time, and so does better. And that's what happened when you try to double stack. Even though we are running not a particular big gap, that's why his race got hampered, not just because of me, but the team also. Come on team, we need to be in sync when we are doing the pit stop like that. At least give him a room or something. Okay, back into the game. Carlos and Max and Lewis has already pitted, but not with the Carlos. Carlos finally pitted down. Max must happen now. Maybe gaining on Lewis Hamilton, you can say. He got blocked by Perez over there. Lewis made his chance and now in front of Perez. I think Perez did a good job of keeping his car out. I think Max is about to lose his position from Leclerc. It's inside line from Leclerc now. Come on. And there you have it. That's us, by the way. Let me get behind of Max. And there you go. Not only loses but position from his teammate and Leclerc.
This is your final lap.
Okay, nevertheless, we maintained the pace from behind and pretty much sitting good at 6th position. This is final lap of the race. Nothing much to say. It's a good finish for us, starting from P6 only. See, it's very tight between the 5 teams. That's why. But it's still a good point. It's still we are in a fight for the world title.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
I think getting ahead of the water was a basic. But with that result, with Carlos Sainz winning the Spanish Grand Prix, now he is leading the World Driver Championship.
Here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Fermé. What a fantastic race it was. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. And with his performance today, Carlos Sainz assumes the top spot in the championship standings. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
It's got to be Lando Norris, hasn't it? Smooth, confident and assured. I've got no doubt that he and his team are going to be over the moon with his performance today.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari continue to extend the gap at the top of the table. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. You're beating all expectations. Would you say we all underestimated you?
I think you have underestimated my team. We can do a wonder when we are in sync.
You seem to have a much harder time at the track this year. Why was that?
I think mainly because of the last sector you're talking about. Nevertheless, we finished in a good position.
Great. Well, that's everything.
And this is it for the Spanish Grand Prix. I hope you liked one. There's nothing to show from my side overtaking, but it's still a very fine race as compared to my team career mode. And if you have watched it till here, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, do hit that like button, and if you are new to the channel, do subscribe. And we will see you in my next one then, to the Monaco. See you there then. Goodbye.